let the record show too. Let the record show too.
Okay, let's begin then. We call to order the Tuesday, January 30th, 2024 meeting of the Regional EMS Council of New York City. We begin with a roll call vote.
When you call your name, please say present. Dov Jacob, Barry Weiss, Chief Grace Cacciola, Chief John Nevins, Bradley Kaufman, Andrew Dahl, Allison Burke, William Goffin,
Here.
Dominic Bettinelli,
Here.
Daniel Mizell,
Here.
Dory Gutzman,
Here.
Robert Bristol, Mordecai Goldfeder, Travis Kessel,
Here.
James Downey, Daryl Gelbard, David Mikutansky, Joseph Schenker,
Here.
Dave Benelli, Michael Rayola,
Here.
Michael Batch, Mordecai Lax,
Here.
Tina Buccarelli, here, Vincent Barenko, Nancy Benedetto, Arthur Cooper, Robert Krupe,
Here.
Megan Kessel, Manfred Bukes,
Here.
John Graves, Jerry Gumbo, Yadiga Langsam,
Present.
Brian Levinsky,
Present.
Dennis Laurie,
Here.
Mitchell Powell.
Present. Thank you very much. First item on the agenda is the approval of the November 28th, 2023 meeting minutes, which were distributed via email. Are there any comments, corrections, discussion? Hearing none, a motion to approve is in order. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Any abstentions? Please mark it as unanimous. We'll begin with the correspondence report. First item is a letter was received from Rabbi Kalish from Kevrat Sola appointing Jason Zimmerman and Joshua Hartman to the vacant Kevrat Sola volunteer ambulance board. Dr. Zimmerman will hold the primary seat, and Joshua Hartman will be the alternate. Requires approval of the council. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Please mark it as unanimous. But the office will inform them when they have to file. The kidney search and rescue field medicine as opposed to be held May 2 to 5th, 2024. A flyer was distributed with more information, and this was sent out to everyone. Good. Okay. New York State DOA Bureau of EMS. A letter was received from Alda Osinaga, MD, Medical Director, informing the region that New York City Health Plus Hospital / Harlem has met the criteria for designation as a primary New York State stroke center pursuant to 10 New York CRR 405-34. The application was approved on January 17, 2024. An email was received from Drew Chesney informing the council that New York State DOA Bureau of EMS Trauma Systems, along with the State EMS Council, SEPSCO, Training Education Committee, are moving forward with the sunset of the New York State EMT Critical Care EMT certification. Anyone has any feedback on the issue, please. Ambulance operations certificate were received from Flushing Community Volunteer Ambulance Corps, Citywide Mobile Response, and GMR Event Services LLC, doing business as Proud RF New York State DOH. That's it. You skip a line. New York State DOH force, none. An email was received from the Capitol President of Bayside Volunteer Ambulance Corps requesting a status update on their previous territory due to the ongoing territory. Oaks volunteer able to go out the bacon in the ambulance. Marie, do we have anything to say on this matter?
I believe that it's still up in Albany at this point. You want to say anything?
Bayside Volunteer Ambulance Corps doesn't exist in the state, removed their certificate of operation 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They don't have anything at all.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this is about. It's not anything that we can do anything about. They need to direct if any inquiries they have must be directed to the State Department of Health. Not
They know that they don't exist, if they're asking about a status update.
they know they don't exist. They know they don't have a certificate. So I don't know the point of any communication. with them.
CFR EMT and paramedic original and renewal course applications were received from emergency care programs with Warrior Community College, Kingsborough Community College, Emergency Aid Training, Montefiore Institute for Emergency Care Training, Bureau of Manhattan Community College, Code One Inc., BNH, Emergency Medical Training Inc., Sydney, 1PD Emergency Rescue Institute. All applications appear complete for documentation. Required REMSCO recommendation to approve. Is there any discussion or questions? You're distracting me. Again, is there any
Give them a
discussion? I have to sign it too.
Give them a second.
Is there any discussion? Motion to approve is in order. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Please mark it as unanimous. CME training. Okay, some of this is outdated, but some is fine. Okay. New York State Volunteer Ambulance will hold a Zoom town hall meeting on Tuesday, February 13th about the 2025 fiscal year New York State executive budget. The EMS topic we discussed are expanding the definition of EMS, making EMS essential service, building on the concept of acute hospital care at home, and adding emergency medical services in the hospital home care physician collaboration program, which we renamed Healthcare Delivery Collaborative Program, permitting EMS providers to provide care in the community during non-emergency situations. We call community paramedics. Establishing statewide EMS supplementation task force and establishing a rural paramedic telemedicine urgent care program. Login information will be sent in a reminder message. Save the date was received for the next New York City RTAC meeting that will be held on February 5th, 2024. And a copy of the December 6th, 2023 edition of the New York State Register will receive detailing new proposed rules for comment, included new New York State EMS education regulations. The first were the educational requirements for certified emergency medical services provided. The other was, there's a sentence missing here. And there were new New York State EMS education regulation, hospital cyber security requirements that were open for public comment. If you have an interest in cybersecurity, which you should be reading this. We sent out agendas, minutes, and associated attachments. Second quarter program agency and regional council vouchers were submitted to the New York State Department of Health, Bureau of EMS. A letter was sent from Marie Diglio to David Puzan, MD, medical officer of the Fire Department of the City of New York, confirming that on October 17th, 2023, the New York State Regional Emergency Medical Service Committee, REMAC, reviewed and approved the revised general operating procedures and Appendix P regarding treat-in-place alternative destinations. Protocols to be used by the following agencies participating in treat-in-place, formerly known as ET3. Sydney, New York's Health Plus Hospitals, MedSys, Montefiore, Mount Sinai, Northwell, and New York Presbyterian. Details on the MTA congestion pricing public comment period, which will be held from December 27th, which was held from December 27th to March 11th. Members of the public may submit written or audio comments or attend a hybrid virtual in-person meeting. The hearing will be accessible online at the project website, mta.info/cbdtp, and also live stream on the MTA YouTube channel, youtube.com/@MTA-live. The following days: Thursday, February 29th at 6 p.m., Friday, March 1st at 10 a.m., Monday, March 4th at 10 a.m., and Monday, March 4th at 6 p.m. And I believe we would like to have someone from council represent us there. All right?
Is anybody here interested in speaking on behalf of the regional council? We have the opposition letter already written. I could probably tweak it. If anyone here is interested in doing that, let me know over my stuff. Maybe we'll just ask Nancy to look at the public speakers on the page. Or one of the staff. I'd like to get that motion or some kind of support for that,
What would you like the motion to say?
just to that the representative of REMSCO will be attending.
Someone please make a motion that attending a representative of REMSCO shall attend this hearing. Very good. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Please mark it as unanimous. Thank you. We now move to staff report. Emergency preparedness update. Scott, Jay.
Yes, good evening. The third round of the FEMA COVID-19 mutual aid response went through, and we should see the funds distributed in a week or so. The second round is we still have agencies that did not cash their checks from the second round distribution. So if you get a check from us, please cash it.
So noted. Anyone has a check in their pocket? Run to the nearest bank, get it.
Money is in the bank. We're currently updating our emergency notification system. Staff has been contacting agencies for updated point of contacts. We're looking for at least 2 line officers from each agency. So if you get an email from Michelle or myself or a phone call from Michelle, please don't ignore that. This goes into the rave system during emergency or during mutual aid activation. That's how we notify agencies.
Can you send around a list of those who are delinquent? Or is everybody?
With
This?
with in reference to rape, no, it's about half the agencies are delinquent.
So I think we should send an email to those who are delinquent.
We will. And last but not the least, Narcan is available for agencies. Please email me. We can arrange pickup. And the report.
Any questions? Hearing none, we move to program agency update. Marie.
Scott, didn't you just give the program agency? Oh. Oh, it's okay. Program agency, we just sent in our second quarter vouchers. For those of you that attend state council. For those of you that attend state council, you know, we're going up Monday, right? Wednesday for state council and CMAC. And I will talk later on about the new legislation that we're going to be discussing. And that's all I have for right now.
Questions, Marie? Thank you very much. Now move to ambulance.
Met right before this meeting, and they were new applications for.
Ambulance Committee met just before this meeting, and there were no new applications for transfer of operating authority. There were also no new applications to determine the public meeting. Pricing. On getting, and if we have any issues, we might contact a different vendor, right?
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Hearing none, we move on to training education.
Training and Ed met on this past Friday, January 26th. The biggest topic of discussion was the protocol updates that we're going to be working on. And what was the second thing? One other thing. Michelle, do you remember what the other big topic was? Somehow I had it written down for myself and didn't bring the notes.
You can sort of.
No, so we're going to be helping with that, but we really primarily discussed the protocol update. Our goal is to have it out in time for April 1st. Not our goal. We're going to have it out in time for April 1st. That was really the topic of conversation this last time. Oh, there was one big other thing, right? So I was at protocol right before that protocol meeting, and there was a lot of discussion about the new MOLS policy from the Department of Health. There's a lot of confusion regionally about it. So Drew Chesney has been joining our meetings. We asked Drew if he could make the state's MOLS training, which is excellent, available on our side of the LMS as well, which it is now. And so agencies can feel free to assign that to all of their folks, unless REMAC particularly wants us to, and then we could just regionally assign it to every EMT medic in the region. That was the other big topic, because there's a lot of.
And what's the date for the protocol?
April 1st.
April.
Well, the training is going to go live April 1st. The date for implementation
When did the
is
protocol go into effect?
Assuming they're approved, they will go into effect July 1st.
July. That's our email. July. Right, makes sense. Anything else? Thank you, committee. Good. Okay, now the REMAC. It's Dr. Schenker, that's you.
That would be me. Okay, we met on January 23rd last week. A few motions come forward. Some require voting here, but some are just for information. The online medical control physician refresher program will be moved to the LMS, which will allow all levels of certification in the region to be renewed through the LMS. The LMS will also be used for new online medical control courses to manage the documentation. The goal is to get it up and running on the LMS by March 1st. And all credentials for OMC physicians were extended to September 1st of 2024 to allow an ample opportunity for people to refresh and renew their credentials. The protocol implementation, as we discussed, will be July 1st. And that the training material will be available April 1st. This is pending approval at CMAC next week. Esris Nushim was approved to operate as an ALS agency. Their paperwork was intact. Ridgewood Volunteer Ambulance Company was approved for the iGel pilot, which is being done through Hudson Valley. All their paperwork was intact. There was a motion that came at REMAC to send a letter to public officials, to the state, requesting that there is EMS support to change the public meeting law to allow for virtual meetings. And then this comes forward to this committee for vote. Kelly Gorman, RN, was approved and appointed to the EMS Community Emergency Medicine Emergency Department RN seat, which comes here for vote for.
Let's do that. Any discussions on that? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. I'm going back to the motion about allowing meetings to be off.
It was a motion to write a letter. of support. Obviously, we don't have the authority to change public health, public meeting law, but it was a motion to write a letter of support to our legal representation as well as to the state to petition that public meetings should be or allowed to be in the current age of technology. Other than that, there was a few other meeting importance. No, they said that already. But it's on my list. We approved, okay, it's not on my list here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the QA committee did approve Staten Island EMT course sponsor to upgrade to paramedic refresher, and I guess that comes here for a vote. Well, QA does, it does, meet with the subcommittee of both, but
Is there any discussion on upgrading them to? Not now, to. Refresher. Hearing none, motion to approve, in the second motion, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
We will be reviewing the membership, there are members who have historically not shown up, so the executive committee will be reviewing the membership and moving people who don't show up. And the next meeting will be on February 13th.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Hearing none, who is giving the quality improvement report? Go ahead.
So the quality improvement committee. Eric. So the quality improvement committee.
I'll be trolling. All right, so the last QA committee meeting was on January 3rd. The committee completed its review of a paramedic restriction appeal. And we are moving forward with remediation on that. We approved the core sponsor upgrade application for Staten Island EMT, and it's bringing forward to this committee as a second motion for approval. We are continuing our QA projects and the rollout of First Watch. Most services should now have the appropriate access to the regional dashboard. If you have not gotten your access to that and you feel that you should have, please reach out to me and I'll coordinate with First Watch to make sure that you get the access that you need. The next committee meeting.
Send that out to all the agencies.
What's that?
Send out that notice to all the.
Those notices have gone out. So again, that's only 911 participating services are part of that project. And the committee will next meet on next week on February 7th.
Are there any questions for the QA committee? Hearing none, we move on. Up to Cooper, you have anything to state from the state?
Well, we actually meet, the REMSCO meets next week, so our next meeting, certainly I'll have some news.
Yeah, good. So we now move to our official. Maria, I think you have something.
I just wanted to add to the state EMS council report. For those of you that don't know, we have gotten Part B of the governor's 2025 proposed budget. It has new language for EMS. It's not just in Article 30. There are a few pieces in other parts, like part of Article 28. They have some EMS pieces in there where I guess they're trying to find different uses for our paramedics, which is nice, except that we don't have enough paramedics for EMS. So I don't know how this is going to work. the legislative language, proposed language is being reviewed right now. And there are some issues with it. I think for the most part, a lot of it went through the state council and that they're reasonable changes. The state once again has put in its EMS task force, which I know they're saying is really for use in rural EMS, but once it's in language, it doesn't necessarily have to remain in rural EMS. So we're going to be looking at that language again. Our real issue of concern is that the state council asked for significantly more money for program agencies and regional councils. We have not gotten an increase since 1997, and we got zero. And the state is getting how much? Like another $12 million. Yeah, which they probably can use the personnel, but we need it just as much. So we'll be sending out information to all of you. We don't want to be accused of lobbying for money, so we're going to be asking our members to we'll send out template letters, reach out to your legislators, and let's do what we can do to get a little more money into the regions to help us take care of our own business. And we'll, as Dr. Krupi said, we'll have more information after next week. I'm sure it's going to be a real fun 3 days. I can't wait. So we'll see. Thank
Any
you.
questions? All right. Is there any other unfinished business? Is there any new business?
New business.
You said the
Sorry. I did.
Okay.
I'm just- Okay. I'm just announcing again. I keep announcing it. We have our EMS week this year is going to be on Sunday of EMS week. And it's going to be at Russo's on the Bay, starting at 1 p.m. So it'll be an afternoon affair. It's the 50th anniversary of the Regional EMS Council. So you will be getting these letters asking you for money. Every year we ask for that and have people to buy awards so that your agency can actually have your name on an award, ALS provider, BLS provider. Right now, I believe we have Zoll as one of our award companies, and we have Live on New York. And we're looking for more sponsors so that we can make this event as free as possible for the providers, because we don't charge our EMTs and paramedics to come to this dinner. We besides not really, this was a great place over here, but it's small. And every year we've had to turn people away. So now we have a space that's bigger, and depending on how much we get is how many people we can allow into the celebration. So help us out. And don't forget, mark your calendar, the first Sunday of EMS week. May 19th. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, yeah. I thank you very much.
Any other questions? Any more new business? I want to thank everyone who took the time to come to this meeting. We likewise will be looking through membership. People who have consistently not shown up will be removed, that we will be looking for replacement members. Note your watch, it is now exactly 6:30, half an hour. Perfect. Motion to, Siri said it's time to leave. I hate it when I ask my class a question and I raise my hand to write on the board. When she answers the question before anyone else has a question.
Oh, gosh.
Happens all the time. Motion to adjourn. We are adjourned. Thank you very much. Okay.